All right, everybody. It's Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. It's definitely a little different this year. Stuck at the house. We got up, watched Pastor Dan give the sermon, and we're kind of easing into the meal. It's almost 11, so we're going to get started. We're going to do a prime rib today. We're going to do it straight up traditional style. Originally, I was going to try to do it on the smoker. That is before third winter struck, and it's snowing sideways right now, and I'll be honest, I just don't have any desire to be outside fighting a smoker today. Not when you're dealing with a piece of meat like this. I searched online. There's a lot of different recipes to follow. I actually touched base with Adrienne. I got her rub that she likes to put on it, and it reminded me. I don't remember the exact story, but it's been several years ago when I had reached out to talk to her about smoking prime rib, and she was not too happy with me for suggestion I would cook it that way. And I don't remember the exact term she used, but she talked about having respect for this cut of meat. This is the greatest cut of beef, which is the greatest meat on earth. So we're going to be fully respectful of the beef. We are going to do it in the oven using her rub that she puts on it, and kind of following along with some stuff I saw online. Along with that, you're going to see we have the corns. Corns have made a return. We got us a little crushed rosemary. That's going to be used on the rub. A little extra virgin olive oil. We have some garlic salt that will be involved. We have coarse black pepper, coarse salt, all part of the rub that will go on this. We got some au jus. I found a couple recipes online to try to make au jus. We don't have all the stuff in the house to do it, so we found this guy at the back of the cabinet, so we're going to do that one. Probably already told you I like horseradish. Of course, at some point today we'll need butter. The potatoes we will have, and then a personal favorite of mine, these ranch-style beans, which I find odd. All the canned food is missing from the stores. There were 4 cans of that. People just don't know, they don't know what it is that they should be looking for. So there you go. Little different today. We're drinking water out of respect for the day and the meat. We don't want to make a mistake. As always, we are working with Angus beef. Angus beef right there. And first thing we're going to do is break this down. There's only 4 of us here today. If you watched the Quarantine Kitchen After Dark a few nights ago, we saw that we'd already broke one of these down to save for throughout the summer to sous vide with the big steaks. We're also going to do that with this. We're going to work with the center part here for our rib roast today. So let me get everything set up. We'll cut this guy off, and then we will start preparing the meat. So here we go. All right, so take that big chunk of meat, flip it over. Gonna hit it with a little oil first. Okay, let's put a little oil on that guy. Okay, start with a little salt. My rock salt's in a big box, so I had to empty out my cayenne. So some salt with a touch of heat. Okay, so little salt there, little coarse black pepper. Okay. Let's get up on this side here. Think of a little salt. You got to preheat the oven to start. We're going to hit her at 500 degrees. Hard and fast. Okay. You can never have too much pepper. I firmly believe that. Get that on there a little bit. Like that. Okay. Then while you got it up on its side, let's put just a little bit of garlic salt here. We're just going to use this to make a good crust. Going to make a good crust. Like Madison says, you can never have too much garlic. Last but not least, we have a little crushed rosemary. I said, got this from Adrian. She says that's all you got to do when you are getting your prime rib ready. So I'll finish doing this guy. Now this side you're gonna cook. I'm gonna cook fat side up. Your ribs will be down. So this is how it'll actually be setting in the pan. A little salt. A lot of salt. Don't be scared of the salt. This is a huge piece of meat. It's gonna be able to take a little salt. Oh, pepper's next. Oh yeah. A little garlic salt here. And a little rosemary across the top. Okay, we're gonna let old girl rest here for a couple minutes. I got the oven to 500 and then we will start the searing process. Okay, one thing we don't really have is a big roasting pan. So we're gonna try these little disposable ones. I've laid some foil down below. I got the oven on roast at 500. So we're just gonna set this old boy. That actually fit better than I thought it would. All right, so here we go. This open, this down. Okay, the instructions say we're gonna go hot and heavy for 15 minutes to create a crust. That seems like a long time to me, so I'm going to start with 10 minutes, then we'll check it. So 500 for 10 minutes, then we'll check our meat. All right, so 325 on the oven. Take the roast back in there. Now it's just low and slow rest of the day. Get him in there, shut her up. We're going to check it in an hour. So, timer. Check the temp at an hour. We're heading to about 120, 122 dead center of it, where it'll be that rare. Then, of course, the closer you get to the edges, you'll get closer to the medium rare. About 120, 122 in the center. We'll check it in an hour. All right, it's been about 3 hours. It took a little longer than I thought to get her to that 123 temperature to the core. I've warmed up some corn. The au jus is starting to boil, so we'll be stirring that here in a minute. But we're going to pull out the meat. Set her down right there. Going to let it rest for a couple minutes. And then after it rests for a couple minutes, we're just going to cover it. And it's just got to rest. Let's take a final tip on it. Let's see where we got her here. See what she tells us here. $124 right there. That's what we wanted. Bang. Okay, we'll be back. The corn's heated up. We got the au jus ready. The salad. This took longer than we thought. Oh, the baked potatoes. This took longer than we thought. So there was a little bit of snacking that went on. So we decided to save the beans. But now it's time to see how we did here. The official cutting of the meat. So here we go. Right down the middle. See how we did here. Yeah, I think we did well. I think we did well there. There you go. Prime rib. Took her to 125. Let her rest. It's an Easter like we've never had. We've not done this before. We're trying to make the best of it. We hope you guys, we hope you had a good day. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time.
Oh my God. Look at what you got.